I want to warn everyone out there to not blaspheme the Holy Spirit, because if you do, you will never be forgiven. If you call the Holy Spirit for Satan, or if you call his miracles demonic, if you mean that in your heart, you will commit the unforgivable sin. So don't blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Always show respect to Jesus, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. They are one. So never, ever do something bad against them. But remember, if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, you will perish. You will not be forgiven. I will read from the Bible about this in Mark chapter 3, verse 22 to 30. And the scribes who came down from Jerusalem said, "He," about Jesus, "has Beelzebub, and by the ruler of the demons he cast out demons." So he called them to himself and said to them in parables, "How can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan has risen up against himself and is divided, he cannot stand, but has an end. No one can enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods, unless he first binds the strong man, and then he will plunder his house. Assuredly, I say to you, all sins will be forgiven the sons of men, and whatever blasphemies they may utter. But he who blasphemes against the Holy Spirit never has forgiveness, but is subject to eternal condemnation, because they said he has an unclean spirit." I will read also about this in Matthew chapter 12, verse 31 to 32. "Therefore I say to you," Jesus talks, "every sin and blasphemy will be forgiven men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven men. Anyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man, it will be forgiven him, but whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit, it will not be forgiven him, neither in this age or in the age to come." So people can commit the unforgivable sin today, in this age, and they will not be forgiven. So be very careful out there and never do something bad against the Holy Spirit, because that is very dangerous. You may commit the unforgivable sin. But I also want to tell you, dear friends, that many people out there believe that they have committed the unforgivable sin, but they have not. To commit the unforgivable sin, we must mean it in our heart. Someone must mean what they say about the Holy Spirit in their heart. So many people have bad, evil thoughts back in their mind about the Holy Spirit, but that's not thoughts from their own. That's planted there from Satan. Satan can speak to us, and the demons also speaks. They have made many people out there to believe that they have committed the unforgivable sin. I was one of those. A couple of years ago, I got bad thoughts in my mind about the Holy Spirit. Horrible thoughts. And I believed that I had committed the unforgivable sin. But after a while, I realized I had not. Because those thoughts in my mind, in the back of my head, was not from myself. It was from Satan. I know people out there believe that they have committed this sin, but they have not, because it's like it was with me. The bad thoughts about the Holy Spirit, it's not their own, it's from Satan. So if you out there knows in your heart that you would never want to hurt the Holy Spirit, and you feel bad and are scared that you may have committed the unforgivable sin, you have not. That is a proof that you will never blaspheme the Holy Spirit. It's people like the Pharisees and people like that, they who truly know what they do. They know they blaspheme the Holy Spirit, and they still do it. They will commit the unforgivable sin. Bad thoughts from Satan, that's not our own. So don't worry out there. Always pray to Jesus and ask him, of course, if it's something you wonder about. But I want you to be calm about this. Don't worry about this. If it's thoughts in back of your head, that you can't control, it's not your own, my friend. Jesus bless you.